What is your life going to cost post-divorce? This is a very important question and one that you should be pretty sure you know the answer to before you sign those divorce papers. Why? Well, in many marriages, people divide responsibility for various tasks, and oftentimes one person is taking responsibility for paying the bills, and that person has a better understanding of what those bills are. And if that's you, then you understand really what you do and do not continue to pay for and what new things will be on your plate. For instance, if you're also a person who's paying support, now you have to be thinking about the money going out the door, not just coming in the door in a massive payment, perhaps, to your soon-to-be ex. It's really important that you understand where the money is coming from and how it's going to be allocated. Also, when you're determining whether or not you want to hold on to the family home. It can be very expensive to do that. And even though that might feel like a secure thing during the divorce negotiation, it might be something that really challenges your stability beyond. One of the challenging and sometimes heartbreaking things about divorce is that two people cannot live separately as cheaply as they can live together. That's called the economies of scale. And it means that post-divorce, most people cannot maintain the lifestyle that they had while they were married. This can feel extremely shameful. If you can no longer afford the club where all your friends are, or to play golf at the place where your buddies play golf, what are you going to do? What is that going to look like? And it can be super tempting to try to keep up appearances and spend down assets while keeping those appearances up. Talking about money is so hard. Money means so much in our society besides just a way to pay the bills. It's a way we measure power, influence, and how we compare ourselves to each other. And yet it's just a fact of life. It is also a way to pay the bills. Money itself has no emotion. It's what you invested in that really does. So having a financial planning professional who can normalize your new reality and make sure that you're really on the right track is really important on the other side of divorce. When you're getting divorced, it's really important to look at your expenses really in three categories. One is need. This is what it costs to live in the house, rent, food, insurance. These are must-have things. These are non-negotiable, although your rent might be more or less. Then there's nice to have. These are things like driving the car you're driving. You know you're going to drive a car, but is it going to be a Mercedes or a Chevrolet? The nice to have Mercedes, need to have Chevrolet. And then there are the purely optional lifestyle things like fancy vacations and designer dresses, very expensive beauty treatment, or a very expensive golf club. When you're getting divorced, you really need to sort through all of the expenses, all the ways in which you spend money. The first step to do is just to measure it without judgment. It's really hard to do that. So many of my clients apologize to me for their clothing budget or the amount of money they spend at Starbucks. It's up to you to make the choices because knowledge is power. You need to make the choices to allocate your resources towards what's most important to you. So maybe you can have that expensive vacation and live in a less expensive house. But if you don't look at it, and you don't analyze it non-judgmentally, you'd never have the power to have those options. Everyone wants long-term financial security on the other side of divorce. How are you going to get there? Well, you're going to get there with some reality testing, with some financial planning, and with your head screwed on straight when it comes to the finances. No magical thinking here. You really need to get hold of your finances in terms of expenses and income, assets. And if you don't understand it, please get some help from someone who can explain it. The finances aren't that complicated. Actions have consequences. Sure, there are things in the world that you can't control and can't know. The markets go up and down. But having a sustainable plan that keeps you in the center of your road, the road towards your financial security and your financial future, makes a lot of sense. If you've got questions about how you're going to manage your post-divorce finances, please contact us at Miller Law.